morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever time this video finds you. It's boy Jay, and the Monster Hunter Wilds reviews are out. And we're here on Metacritic, just kind of looking at the bigger picture, right? Because that's how I use video game reviews. Is I have my own opinion of what I know of the game going in. But I try to look at as many reviews and different opinions as possible and see what like everyone is universally saying about the game to kind of help form my opinion on the game. Now, it's Monster Hunter. I'm going to buy the next Monster Hunter. I already knew this, okay? But there are a couple things that have cropped up pretty frequently, regardless of, you know, the high score, low score. And of course, I've listened to a lot of the content creators' reviews that are out there as well. And there are a couple things that are pretty interesting, you know what I'm saying? So let's just look at the scores here. We got the PlayStation 5 scores. It's sitting at a 90, which is great. Xbox is sitting at 89, and PC sitting at 88. Okay, which does not surprise me all that much. So yeah, let's go to PlayStation 5 because it does have the most reviews. Let me see. Yeah, Xbox has 12, PC has 38, and PlayStation 5 has 77 reviews. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying great game. People are very happy with the game. And that's great. I love that. And you know, there's a bunch of hundreds here, which is okay, which is pretty cool, you know. But honestly, we're not here for the glaze because we love Monster Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Like, we look at the series a little differently than maybe like just regular people who play the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at VG247. I'm already 50 hours in. I can't wait to double, triple, quadruple that number in the coming weeks and months. This one's a classic as far as I'm concerned. Good, right? Damn, game's good. Like, glaze, straight glaze. But I want to see something like, let's see, let's go a little bit lower. Something like an 85. I want to see what the 90 is saying, right? Like, it's a good game, but there's something off about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see that. Oh, I think I've read this one earlier, and I like this one. So let's pull this up. Let's see. Can we go to the full review? Let's do that. Yeah. Boom. Oh my goodness gracious. Ooh, holy wall of text. So let's see. 9 out of 10. Let's see. The environments are large and fun to explore. They're not as dense as they were in World, but they make up for being freer, dynamic. That's not what I'm looking for. I don't think this is the one I looked at earlier. Oh my goodness. Go back. Go back. This is not the one I looked at earlier. Oh well, but let's see, where are we? RPG fan. I think maybe this is the one I looked at. Endless monster mashing. Let's see, what did he rate it? Let me go to the bottom and see. 9 out of 10, exceptional, right? So, dodgy UI, inventory management aside, it's a well-made title that packs a lot of content, spares no time in getting you stuck right in the action. Open worlds feel like perfect arenas to slay near endless number of monsters, more than enough to do in between hunts to keep you occupied to feel like you're progressing and improving as a hunter. Cons: UI and inventory management can feel overly complicated and confusing. And this is interesting. This is interesting right here as a line, right? Because in a lot of the other reviews that we've seen, this is the easiest, slickest, like, not hard at all Monster Hunter that we've ever had. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are saying, yo, it's so easy. Meanwhile, this person is like, yo, the UI is convoluted. You know what I'm saying? So if you've been playing these games for a while, you're going to feel like this might be a little too easy. Like, we kind of maybe have another base rise situation coming here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easier. Let me see. IGN Benelo Ruben Castillo. Oh, this is in Spanish. Holy, they translated it for you on purpose. Let me see where. Oh, Dexerto. Let's see what Dexerto has to say. It's got an 80. This is not in English. It like automatically translates it. Holy. Okay. Screen Rant. Let me see if Screen Rant's in English. Oh, here we go. So this is an 80, right? Let's read the cons. Story sequences can drag on for too long. Difficulty may seem too low for veterans of the series. Right? So this is something that is coming up a lot, right? Damn, it's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. However, in the pros, we have refined combat system with small big tweaks. Endgame is the best this game has to offer. Now, the thing about these reviews as they sit right now is the Endgame is so heavily embargoed, right, that a lot of people just are not talking about it, can't talk about it. So maybe, playing through the story, beating the game is easy, and getting through most of high rank is easy, and then end game, right? Because there's like typically in Monster Hunter, you got your low rank, you got your high rank, and then at the end of high rank, like you beat high rank, and then there's a little bit more after that, right? That's the end game. There's almost like a high rank plus type thing going on, right? Which is what the end game is probably going to end up being, and maybe high rank plus is where we're going to find the difficulty that we're looking for. Maybe, but it's so heavily reviewed that at this point it's hard to say like, okay, this is where it feels best. So maybe the beginning is way easy. It's easy to just run through and just destroy it if you know how to play the game. And then when you get to the end, there's particular challenges. Maybe some of the 5-star tempered hunts or 5-star frenzied hunts are there. You know what I'm saying? Just to mention another creator, Rurikon, he was like, yeah, I haven't done that many frenzied hunts yet, so I can't really talk about it. And it's like, oh, okay, maybe that's where the difficulty's at. Maybe that's where the challenge is at, and also, let's see, some others have mentioned, another thought I didn't have much problems with defeating monsters. Oh, here we go. This is something, hold on, another thought that kept popping up in the back of my brain. I haven't had problems with this monster. This changes in the end game, but even then I didn't cart that often, and I'm not even that experienced in the MH series. That's interesting, right? So, So 8.0, good score. Like, they think the game is good. Maybe it's a little too easy. Okay, right? Let's go to, is this IG? Is this the real IG? Not the real IGN, but you know what I mean. Not available. Why is that? Let's see. Monster Hunter Wilds continues to smooth off the traditionally rough edges of the series in smart ways, reducing as much friction as possible that could get you in the way of grabbing any of its exceptionally fun weapons, planting them firmly in a monster's hide. But in that quest to make Monster Hunter more approachable, Wilds has carved a little too close to the bone in some places, trimming its challenge back so much that I barely needed to dig into its in-depth equipment system at all this time to become an apex predator. Its more flexible combat is some of the most fun I've had in the series, but like the blustering lightning storms of its gorgeous desert, it burns brightly but briefly until Capcom unleashes some real endgame beasts to challenge us. Right? Once again, too easy might be a thing, right? And I'm not surprised to hear it. Like, I knew this game was gonna be easy going into it. I can actually make myself bigger here. I knew this game was gonna be easy going into it because, I mean, I play these games, you know what I'm saying? I play these games. Hold on. Let me go band for band. You know what I'm saying? I play these games, you feel me? Like, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, you know what I'm saying? We I can't wait to add to the stat with Wilds. But, we play this game, you know what I'm saying? What does this say? Copyright 2009, you know what I'm saying? We're here in the year of our Lord 2025. So, I play these games. So, I knew I was going to feel it's pretty easy. Womp. But to hear even the regular, game reviewers, right? Because there's a meme there, like, game journalist difficulty. Even the game journalists are like, hey, Capcom, this is a little easy. Is a little bit alarming. Let's look at this digital trends review. Look at the cons, limp story, poor onboarding. Really, that's interesting. Poor onboarding. Wow. But this is supposed to be the slickest, easiest Monster Hunter to get into. Okay. Let's see. This is a bit much. You majored in English, huh? Which is fine. Let's see. Everything about the game, bigger story. Wilds doesn't truly begin until its end credits roll. Which, yeah, we know this. We play Monster Hunter. When the credits roll, you're not done. You're like, you may be like 30% done, right? Because apparently low rank is ends at the end credit roll. So it's like, okay, then high rank goes and boom, 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 boom. So what begins as an inscrutable UI mess evolves into the ultimate chill out game. That's funny. This might be your first. Is this your first? Oh, no, it's not. This person says they've played quite a bit of Monster Hunter Rise. You can instill auto explorations, means never learn to mine. Pairs with Monster Hunter historical awful onboarding process. There may be less friction when it comes to getting around, but Wilds barely explains the intricacies of weapons, how to make basic tools, or virtually anything outside of taking down a monster and carving it up. I was still scratching my head trying to figure out how to perform actions like capturing 20 hours in, and I've played quite a bit of Monster Hunter Rise. Huh? Okay. Fine. If anyone tells you that this is an unapproachable entry point in the series, they are either too deep into the series to make that judgment call or flat out lying to you. Interesting. That's interesting. What an interesting... Wow. Okay. It's not deep... Let's see. What begins as an inscrutable on progression, easy. Okay, it's not to say it's not a deep RPG. Like the end game is still enormous with lots of gear to chase, increasingly complex fights that switch up familiar monsters. Ooh, I like that. Players craft gear, palico companions, customize a pop-up base, blah 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 blah. Most powerful asset isn't the gun lance, it's routine. Okay. To reach that state of Zen during the endgame, I no longer felt like a small visitor trying to survive a brutal world. I had become an average animal in a wider ecosystem carrying out my daily tasks on instinct like any doshaguma. Interesting. See, when this person says things like this, don't know how to capture monsters, and it's an approachable entry point, they're lying to you. And then they say something like this, like, very interesting review here. You gave it an 80. Okay, you still say it's good, but all right. And then we've got some, let's see, hardcore gamer. Let's see, please be in English. Non, je ne parlez-vous français. J'aurai la qualité des titres tels que Monster Hunter Wilds appelle en certain conditionnement probable. I can't do it. My French is not that good. I can't do it. Kotaku, The Verge, to be determined. I guess they're not done with it. And then Game Cult, I think, is not in English. But let's see. Oh, this is in English, so let's read this. The problem when reviewing a game of this scale, part of the series with more than 10 entries, is the personal attachment and nostalgia inevitably play a crucial role. It's clear that the franchise no longer offers the same experience as it did years ago. This is true. The rough, unwelcoming, and flamboyant feel of the past has given way to unwavering accessibility, a clear pursuit of simplicity, and a deliberate openness to newcomers. While the game's addictive foundations are still present, they are nonetheless hindered by an at times excessive simplification of its mechanics. However, Monster Hunter Wilds remains a thrilling experience even for veterans, provided they accept it's no longer the game that they once knew. Ooh, okay, very interesting. So this person is basically saying, good game, maybe not a good Monster Hunter game. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is a sentiment that if you spend any time in the community, there are people that feel this way. Like, hey, Monster Hunter World is good, Rise is good, but like it's getting a bit too easy. It's getting a bit too simple. It's too welcoming, right? This is why gatekeeping is important, right? And another review that I got to bring up that I watched and listened to earlier, Super Rad. This echoes a lot of what Super Rad was saying. Super Rad was like, bro, we are so strong. Too damn strong. We're blowing up everything. It doesn't even feel like Monster Hunter. Because it's just too easy, Which is, wow. It's surprising. Like, I knew veterans of the series would feel that the game is easy, but this is surprising. Now, Fighting Cowboy in his review did mention something that, like, they gotta look at what the first patch, like, notes are supposed to look like the launch day patch, and there's a line in the launch day patch that says something like balance changes are coming. And it's like, oh, okay, what does that mean? So does it mean that maybe which I don't know how I feel about this practice. You know, I'm just kind of spitballing here, but does it mean that maybe they made the game a bit easier to get this 90, to get these, right? Because these guys giving it 100 most likely are not super hardcore. Like, yeah, we love Monster Hunter. Like, if you're giving it 100, like, damn, like, does the too easy not apply to you, or is it too easy for me because I play these games, but you love it because this is your first one and you're loving the way it makes you feel, despite maybe not hitting the challenge, maybe not overcoming a wall or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So going back to what I was talking about with Fighting Cowboy, he was like, hey, there was a line item in what's gonna be in the first patch where it's like further balance changes. Does that mean maybe every monster gets 1.5 their HP pool and 1.25 their damage that they output, so that these look good, and then they still appease us, the hardcore? Like, I don't know how I'd feel about that kind of practice, you know? And when you look at modern gaming and looking at reviews anyway, I mean, we live in a patch world, you know what I'm saying? So we already know Title Update 1 is coming. Maybe Title Update 1 has further changes to the Endgame system, and we'll all be there at that point, and now the game starts to feel as hard as maybe we want it to feel. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that is also something to take into consideration. But hearing that the game is too easy, how do I say it? I'm not surprised that a lot of people are saying it's too easy. I am surprised that almost everyone is saying it's too easy. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. Don't know how I feel about it. But there are ways to make the game harder. And Rurikhan and Fighting Cowboy both have mentioned, like maybe play without the palico for your first run through so that you get a feel for difficulty. Maybe don't use the sacred getup. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of it can be attributed to you control the buttons you push. That's true. But I mean, this is a good-looking score. This is some Game of the Year material. This will get critical acclaim. This will grow the series. But at what cost? How many of us will fall off due to it being too easy, right? And also, how many of us will return later when some of the harder content starts to come back, right? Like Monster Hunter Rise was dummy easy as well. It was. But at the end of Sunbreak, looking at it now, I'm like, I'm pretty happy with the way Sunbreak feels, you know? Like, there are hard things to do in Sunbreak by yourself if you want, you know? And a lot of people never reach that because they weren't engaged in the beginning. So when I hear people say, Sunbreak Rise too easy, I was like, okay, how many special investigations have you fought? And people are like, hell nah, I'm not gonna grind a game that I don't enjoy. That's fair, but it also has hard content too that you haven't interacted with. So it's one of those like, this is definitely gonna grow the series, but how many of the vets are gonna just fall off because it doesn't feel like what it feels like, you know? How many more super rads are gonna be out there saying like, this is cool, but it ain't what I want out of Monster Hunter. So yeah, that's a little review roundup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the comments down below. Let's talk about what you're seeing in reviews. Keep it spoiler free. We don't do leaks around here. If you're new on the channel, I don't plan on leaking anything when the game comes out. I am gonna record my entire first playthrough of the game. Probably gonna leave the palico sitting out so that we have more thrilling moments during that playthrough. We'll see. But yeah, that's the Monster Hunter Wilds review roundup. And that's all I have for you today. As always, people, happy hunting. Peace.